But all in all, I was a little disappointed because they made 10 threes in the first half. But after I go back and watch the film, they made some tough shots. And I thought our defense in the second half against the three-point shot was a lot better. They go 4 for 15. We cut it to 1-point game, had a possession to get a stop, and they made a big play. So all in all, I thought our guys' effort, I thought they were a little bit more freer on offense. I thought we moved the ball, and then I think we went back to some old habits in the second half that hurt us. So we're going to continue to work on that, but I thought we made progress. So would have liked to win, always want to win every game. But I saw some good signs, and hopefully we'll play better against a very dangerous UTEP team. Wilms is a tough matchup. He's 7'1", left-handed, good size. I like Dominique Artis, their point guard. He's a good player. So it'll be a tough matchup anytime you bring another rivalry team back in. So it'll be good to get them back on the schedule. And Tim does a great job. He always has. He's coached all over the country, coached in the NBA at the highest level. So I'm sure he'll have his guys ready. So they're a dangerous team, and we need to get a win. No, Tim won't be back. I don't know when Tim's going to be back. He's at an appointment right now, and we'll know more after practice. So, that concussion protocol, that's a serious deal. So, we'll find out more once that happens. Once he gets done with that. But the thing with concussion protocol, he has to do so many exercises and so many things before he's cleared. So we'll see what happens.
You mentioned bringing UTEP back on the schedule.
Right.
What brought them back on? Because I know there was a little bit of a falling out.
No, I don't think there was. That was the old regime that I was a part of. I just think, with how hard scheduling is nowadays, the proximity of El Paso to here, we've played them for a long time, so it was time to get them back, and we're looking forward to it. And we have to go down there next year, but we're looking forward to the game, and it should be a lot of fun.
There's no animosity.
No, I'm just it's another game for me.
This is kind of belaboring that question, but there was an incident here. Were you part of the incident on the ramp? Were you there for that?
The ramp?
On the ramp.
Oh, you mean on the floor?
On the floor.
I was part of it. I wasn't. I kind of stayed on the outskirts, but.
All right. For the sake of asking, what do you recall of that, and what do you think happened with that? Is there any talk even in private circles about that incident anymore?
Not really. No, I don't think anybody. I don't talk about it anymore. I don't think anybody does.
Was there any difficulty getting them back on the schedule?
No, I think they wanted to play and we wanted to play, so it worked out good.
You mentioned the first half three-pointers. Obviously, they attempt 20, hit 10 first half threes. I don't know when the last time that happened was, but when you went back and looked, and I went back and looked too, but you guys, I'll trust your charting more than I trust my charting. It looked like you guys were in man, 11, 12 of those.
Yeah, we were in man.
5 transition, not
Yeah.
a whole lot zone.
I think a lot of it I'm trying to make our guys understand, Jeff, is that if you go back and watch the game, a lot of them were off of offensive rebounds or loose balls. I think 5. They had 7 offensive rebounds. I think 5 of them led to three-pointers. I think there was some couple loose balls in there that led to three-pointers. But offensive rebounding, that's the easiest way for an offensive team to get open threes after an offensive rebound, and also loose balls. And I think that happened to us. I think there was a lot of 50-50 balls that we didn't get, loose balls, and there was some offensive rebounds that we didn't get in that first half, and then they made tough shots. But most of them were in man.
I noticed, and I guess as the coach explained this, that a lot
It's good to. It was good to know that you watching it knows the difference between man and zone. That's good. I would think that. I would think that though. I appreciate that you know that difference.
A lot of the guys are helping, like digging down and helping,
Yeah.
and then closing out. What
I
looks
think.
like a late closeout, but they're supposed to be helping though, right?
Yeah, they did a nice job digging. I don't think there was an urgency to close back out. I think in the second half there was a bigger urgency. I think they were afraid to get beat on the dribble. I think that's one thing we're drilling them on, but there's got to be an urgency after the help. There's got to be an urgency with a high hand. I don't think we've made it a habit. I think we're getting to make it a habit. I think they're improving on that. I thought they improved on the second half. So we're making steps, but we are trying to help I just think the urgency on their closeouts aren't there yet.
And I think that's what maybe a lot of people see when they start growing, when guys are shooting threes. It looks like they're shooting open threes because guys aren't defending them, but it's usually because they're helping, right?
Yeah, I really don't hear the groaning. I don't hear the groaning. You hear it a little bit more than I do. But
your guys are supposed to be helping.
yeah, they help. Yeah, they're helping, but I think their closeouts need to get a little bit more urgent, and we have to close out with a hand, and that's going to be big. High hand, we got to close out on that.
How different is the dynamic of this team without Tim in the line?
It's different. I think he's one of the better big players in the country, just with his hands and his feet and knowing how to play and being able to score, being able to catch, being able to score in different ways. So he adds a different dynamic that we missed, but I was really proud of the guys that played. I thought they did a nice job. Anytime you can go on the road like that and have a chance to win or make it as close as it was, I think that says a lot about our guys and how hard they played.
Did you find a combination that you feel comfortable with as far as mixing guys up and stuff like that?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. I thought we played with I think we played 10, maybe 9. I thought it was pretty good. I thought, we got some looks at some guys. I just think our biggest thing right now is we have to get a mental toughness to get stops, and they got to be upset when they don't get them. And then our rebounding has to vastly improve. And I know I get in trouble a lot, and I'm not trying to throw anybody on the bus, but we've got guys that have played a lot of minutes, and they have good size, and my point guard's beating them in rebounding. And that can't happen. And I just said that's unacceptable. And you can't have that to be a really good team when your point guard, who's a 5'10" point guard, is beating 4 or 5 or 6 of your guys that play a lot of minutes in rebounding. That just can't happen.
So it seemed like first year was taking the role as far as being aggressive, and he's been aggressive.
Yeah, but I think he did some things. I think he got a little tired in this last game. I think he didn't, he was able to play with great energy and great energy for spurts when he didn't play. But when he started in this game, I thought he had a little regression, but I think it was because he hadn't played that much. I mean, when you play, you have to be a starter. It's a funny thing. I was talking to guys. Joe was a little confused on what he was supposed to do when he went out in the starting lineup. And I think I said that in the press conference because he never started. So I probably didn't give him a scouting report on what to do. But, I'm putting him in a role that he's never been used to, but I thought he did really good. But I think he went back to some of his old habits when he got tired. And I think we got to get out of the thing where we get tired. We got to mentally push through that so that we don't make mistakes when we're tired. And that's what helps when you're able to play 10 guys.
Does he get to start again?
I think he will. I'm going to look at their tape a little bit more, JP. I just haven't had. I mean, I've watched them, and I think. But if they go big, which they go 7-1, 6-11, Joe will have to start because it was like Illinois State, which I talked about with X. When they come in small, if I start at X and we have to come in with Joe, then it's kind of a mismatch deal. So, we're going to start. I would probably start Joe right now. I haven't made that final decision, and I'd like to hear what they say about Tim, but I don't think he's going to be back. So I can see Joe starting. Yeah.
Somebody that's like a gentle demeanor and stuff like that, how tough is it to get them to be a beast in the course?
Well, I think the biggest thing is they just got to know how important it is. Defense and rebounding is as important as any skill that you'll do, and the teams that we've had win here and the teams in the past, and I'm not going to live in the past, but the thing is they got to get this mentality. They got to get this down. For them to be as good as they can, do we have a lot of potential? Yeah, but potential doesn't mean anything unless you fulfill it and work through it. So those are the two things that we have to work on the most. I'd like to see our assist-to-turnover ratio be better. I think our turnovers are down, which is good. And I think we need to we got to quit taking so many jump shots because we're not shooting very well. We're really good at getting to the line and making foul shots. If it wasn't for like one player, we'd be shooting 80% from the foul line. So we have to play to our strengths, and I think in that one little spell during the game, and I think if you watch it, it was 49-42, and they went on a 15-6 run. and we took 7 jump shots in that period instead of playing the way we did in the first half. And I think we reverted back into quick shots, becoming a jump shooting team, and we're not shooting the ball very well right now. I mean, we're only averaging, I was looking at it, we're only averaging 3.6 3-point shots a game. That's our makes per game. So it's a little bit different than a year ago. And we're giving up 9. So there's some things that we have to work on in our offense, but also we got to rebound better, we got to play better defense, more assists to turnovers, and then we got to keep moving the ball and shoot the ball better.
Another one on Joe. He's a guy who's been here 3 years now. I'm curious if he's said much in those 3 years. He doesn't seem to talk much.
No, and I think that's a big problem with our team. We don't talk. And I think Joe's coming out of his shell a little bit. I think confidence breeds that. I think the one thing that's really good about Joe is that he just stayed the course, didn't get caught up, didn't have a bad attitude, kept working, and then good things happen. And it's just an opportunity when you get your number called. If you play well, then you get to play more. And and it's like good karma. And he's had good karma, and good things have happened to him so far this year. I mean, he's shooting 91% from the field. That's pretty good. Hasn't shot a lot, but it's still 91%.
He's a guy, too, though, that especially with what basketball's been in the last 10 years or so, he saw a roster where it didn't look like he was going to get any minutes. He could have transferred, could have gone to maybe a Big West school back in California, back closer to home, got more minutes. The conversations you've had with him, did he ever kind of express frustration about his role? And coming into this year, it didn't look like there was going to be a whole lot of opportunity. Even this
Never.
year. He never said anything to you.
No, he never. But I think he's what I call throwback. He's a lot like Cam's mentality. Cam didn't play a lot as a freshman, didn't play a lot as a sophomore, played a little bit as a junior, and then just busted out in the scene. And I think Joe is an old school kid that has he's bided his time. He's not I want it now. We have a lot of those guys on our team that want it now, and we have a lot of coaches that want it now. We got a lot of assistants in this country that want it now. They don't want to pay the price, and that's everywhere in society. So, it's like, we got to get out of that mentality. Everybody gets a ribbon. Everybody's a winner. Everybody's the whole deal. And it's good to see Joe just not complain, not be a bad attitude, not be a bad teammate, be an energy vampire. And it's good to see that. It's good to see good things. That's why I've been so positive about it, because I'm big time happy for a guy like that's bided his time and never complained. Came into my office and wanted to know where he stood. I told him where he stood, never said a word, said, okay, coach. I said, just keep working, and he did. I said, Joe, there's going to be an opportunity. There's going to be a time it's going to happen. I don't know when that was going to happen, but it happened. And I just believe in good karma, and good things happen to good people, and I think he stayed the course.
What have you seen out of your team's late game execution into Dayton and into the Illinois State game in terms of running what you called late?
I think our late game execution's been better than we've ever had. We were able to get 2 3-point shots. Elijah got fouled at the Illinois State game. He made 3, and then he made a 3-pointer to cut it to 1. So our execution was really good against Dayton, except for the last play where he fell. But the problems that us getting over the hump in our late game execution has been our defense. We've always been able to get one late stop or one game-winning stop, and we haven't been able to do that with this team yet. So our execution late in the game has been on the defensive end. Offensively, they've done a good job. I think we've got shots that we wanted. We were able to, there's 2:05 left. We're down 8, and we just said, hey, just stay the course. We're going to be right there, and they did. And they battled back, and we were down 1. With 31 seconds to go, you get one stop, come back down, score, you win the game. So all in all, and then Dayton, we push ahead 102. We just don't get a stop. So they got to figure that out, and I got to help them figure that out, and hopefully we'll do that real soon. Hopefully we won't have any more close ones like that.
How's the rest of the health of the team?
Everybody's pretty healthy. Yeah, everybody's pretty healthy. I think Stam I got to figure out what we're doing with Sam because he just didn't have the same pop, didn't have the same, energy, athleticism in that game, and I think he's just I don't know how bad. I got to get him where he's completely healed because he didn't look right. He didn't look so he hit it again in the second half. I don't know how bad it is. They said he's able to go, so we'll find out today. We'll see how he practices and see how he goes. But if he doesn't look like he can go very well, I'm gonna shut him down because the problem with things like that, if you don't get it right, any little hit or you regress really quickly, and that's what I'm concerned about.
First half, though, he attempted a three. He hadn't even attempted one in 3 weeks. So he's
Yeah,
pretty
but
confident.
yeah, he's confident. I thought he's doing good, but it just wasn't the same moving. He just didn't look the same.
Anyone else?
Everybody good? All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate it.